Hello, world. My name is Pin Valentine, and welcome to Catching Up number 14. We're getting ever closer to episode 20. We'll do nothing special.
Oh, I thought we were going to use OBS on that.
Nah, that still looks like it's going to be a little ways away. I'm still waiting for art before I try any arrangements or anything.
Oh.
We'll see.
Were we supposed to do that?
Well, I've commissioned you two, and I've asked a couple of other people to show me what they've got, and then I'll just.
I want to see what other people got first. Then I'll see about that.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
The one I really want to see something from is Miranda, because Miranda is the one that made my Pin Valentine picture thing, and I love the way it looks. So we'll see. Anyway, tonight we've got Thaddeus Trill. You can find him on YouTube and SoundCloud. He does music for whatever reason. He's not very good at it.
What? Well, yeah, the stuff there is old.
Yeah, well, you can look him up, and I only just remembered this. You can look him up using Young Trillion, not Thaddeus Trill.
Trillium.
And
Young Trillium. Oh, and just as a defense to that stuff is pretty old. Like, a lot of things there are from 2013, 2012, so that's not an accurate representation of what I can do now. Trillium.
We'll have to see, won't we?
Yeah,
And I just got word Troy is joining us. I would say look him up, but there's nothing to look up. Oh, let me get the right code here. There we go. And then, of course, we got AJ James, who is an artist. She makes some fantastic artwork. And she's the first one of us to show her face on camera on this show. So congratulations. She's got the jump on all of us.
I would, but my setup on my phone here is kind of weird. So if I show myself a camera, I can't look at you guys.
I would too, but I'm poor, so I don't have a camera.
I have a camera, but not a front camera.
Oh.
Just have a front camera. I know it's weird, isn't it? I mean, I could, but I'm not gonna be able to see you guys.
Yeah. But yeah, look up AJ James on Google Plus, and she's showing a brand new high quality plush dog she's going to be donating at a hospital to a young children. To a young children who would like to have it, which is a great thing to do. I would do it, but I'm poor. So oh well.
That's a good excuse.
So I think we should talk about the most important news of this week. You guys know what that is?
What?
Nope.
You guys don't know the most important news of this week? I'm genuinely surprised, because I was going to turn that into a joke. Because the most important news of this week is net neutrality being under attack, and then I thought you guys were going to know that, and then I was going to say, no, Charles Manson died.
Oh, okay.
He finally died.
No, I knew about both. I knew about both, actually, but the net neutrality thing seemed more important to me. But
yeah, that's why I was going to make a joke out of it, Trill. Jesus, you already ruined it, and now you don't get the joke. Come on.
Well, you can't explain the joke and expect us to laugh now. You said, oh, I'm going to tell a joke.
I know, you ruined it.
Sorry.
You guys ruined it.
Yeah, we ruined everything.
Bastards.
Yeah,
no, but Charles Manson died.
Sucks.
Yeah, get over it, Trill. But, how do I do this? Okay. So, yeah. Charles Manson died this week, and I, for one, am actually sad about that.
Why?
Well, because I don't like the shit that he did, and he is an absolute lunatic. But if you actually listen to his insane, incoherent rantings, he does actually make a lot of sense in some things. Not everything, but some things.
Well, you know, a broken clock can be right twice a day, so I mean.
That's true, but from a psychological standpoint, he is a person that I really admired. So I've always was one of those people that wanted to write to him or send him a letter or something.
One of those people.
Troy said Trill is the joke.
Hey, keep going.
Are you trying to get your camera to work, Trill?
No, well, yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, so yes and no.
Okay. So, what do you guys think about this whole net neutrality thing?
It's stupid.
It is.
Well, it's
I
bound to happen one way or another.
I never thought in my lifetime, at least, that we would ever have to fight for our right to do whatever we want on the internet. Hello, Troy. Shut up.
Well, to be fair, I mean,
You shut up.
this is not an issue.
It's not what?
It's not an old issue.
It's not an old issue, but I thought it was an issue that was settled.
Yeah, me too.
It was settled. The guy who's putting it forward in the FCC was a big-time lawyer for Verizon, and he's getting paid to do it. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. It seems like overwhelmingly people are against it, so I doubt that it'll go through. But
It should probably will go through.
yeah, I just have this feeling that it probably will go through.
If it does, we riot.
We riot.
Oh, so we want to turn this into the Trump Towers thing, don't we?
Oh, I really don't care. Let's do it. I don't give a shit. This is probably the biggest thing that has been attacked in this year, right? I mean, yeah,
I have to agree.
there's the transgender.
To be fair,
ban.
I've heard about the net neutrality scare before, so it's nothing.
No, it's not nothing though. I mean, this is the
Yeah, I know. I'm
biggest
just
thing.
saying. I'm wondering if they're actually going to do it, or if it's going to be another scare like last time.
I certainly hope it's not a scare. The Supreme Court ruled it several years ago that the internet is a commodity, and that businesses do not have the right to decide what we see.
Right.
Deciding what we see for us by slowing down websites or blocking websites, that blocks our freedom of information, freedom of the press, freedom of speech. I would say it probably would go as far as freedom of privacy.
Well, to be fair, I mean, the internet's like what? It kind of grew way too fast, so you kind of got to expect something like this happen because no one really knew what to really make of it at the time. Then all of a sudden, here it is, this big thing, and then companies like, okay, so what is it exactly? Is it like cable? Is it a commodity? Is it free for everybody? And now it seems like every company kind of treats it like they have like their own corners of this big, vast thing we call the internet. But
well, the thing is, the companies don't get to decide whether or not it's a commodity. The Supreme Court already decided that it is. Okay, I mean, try searching for a job in the United States without the internet. You're not going to be able to do it, right? Try going to school in the United States, even as much as high school, without the internet. You're not going to be able to do it, right? So if they block certain websites or if they slow down websites, like if a company, like I use Cox, if Cox decided to speed up services to Bing instead of Google, I might be in a little bit of trouble there.
I see what you mean.
If they decided to slow down YouTube and speed up Netflix,
right? And I've heard about things like this. Again, I understand the concern. Yeah, that's a hard one. I don't like. It's really hard to know exactly what the solution is going to be. I feel like this won't be the end of it because there will always be some sort of push.
The solution is simple: let the internet be for the people and stop trying to regulate it.
Right, but I'm just saying I don't know. Like that's ideal, but I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen because life can be kind of stupid that way.
Yeah,
right?
It can be kind of stupid that way, but as long as we keep fighting for it, and people are fighting for it, people are calling congressmen left and right. They're calling Senate leaders for their states left and right. They're calling offices. They're protesting.
If only they do that about more issues. It's also all of a sudden when the internet's threatened, that's when everybody cares, but everything else is like, oh.
I agree.
Even here in Canada, it bugs the crap out of me.
I really do agree with you. The problem is I think that this is the biggest thing that they have tried to attack this year. I mean, yeah, we've had things like the transgender military ban, and we've had the Muslim ban, and we've had the wall going up and shit like that. Yeah, great.
All really complicated issues.
But now we're facing freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of privacy, freedom of information, all of this good stuff that they're going to infringe on. And the internet is a powerful tool if you want to affect those other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to be able to have it. Not to mention, it's pretty much impossible to live in the United States without it.
Does make your life harder. I'll say that.
Not just harder.
I mean, it's as long as they.
It's not just harder because you cannot look for a job in the United States without internet. It's practically impossible. You cannot go to school in the United States without the internet. It's practically impossible. I have been to several places back when I was worse off than where I am now, where if you wanted to apply for things like Medicaid, you have to have internet, but half the people on Medicaid don't have internet. So
yeah, it's a little annoying. It's almost like I'd even argue that in some ways it seems like even if you don't have a computer, there's barely anything you can do.
Yeah,
because so many things are digital nowadays. So many things are taken care of by computer or done online. Like, it's crazy. Now, granted, not everything's made that switch, and there are still ways to do things offline when it comes to some certain areas, but a lot of it's making that switch to online. And it's just like you're gonna have a miserable time if you can't do certain things digitally because of how much easier it's been made and stuff.
Yeah, the thing is, I can look at this from a non-provider business standpoint. Like where I work is Chipotle, okay, and we get a lot of orders online. We make it in the store, and they come and pick it up, right? So they don't have to wait in the long ass line, which is usually around the building every day. Okay, they come in and pick it up. If they block the Chipotle website so you can't order online, the company that I work for is going to suffer as a result. We get a lot more online orders than people would probably think. I know because I have to make those online orders. You know, and they're not helping anybody by getting rid of net neutrality. And
it's just gonna make things worse.
Yeah, I mean, I would urge everybody who could potentially be watching to call your congressman, call your senator, do whatever protest. The TYT is doing a protest in front of Verizon stores where they will be all across the country, where they will be marching from the Verizon stores to the city offices. You know,
oh, wow, Young Turks is actually doing something I agree with for once. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
To go
I feel like so far they've gone off the deep end, but it's nice to see them stand up for something like this.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. And they're urging everybody to go to the website involved. I don't remember what it is. Go to TYT's YouTube channel. It's there. And you can sign up. And if there's not a protest in your city, you can host one. So, yeah, I would urge people to do that.
I'm pretty sure
everybody hosts a protest
where I am.
When I was looking at the map, I think there was one in Washington. I just don't remember.
Here in Chilliwack protest, that's funny.
There's not one in That's a sad thing.
Not one here because this is like a small town city that people don't really care about almost anything.
Well, net neutrality isn't under attack in your country.
Still, even if this was in your country, just the atmosphere we get around here. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the United States.
Not too much of a difference in some ways between Canada and America.
The United States is so far behind pretty much every developed country in terms of its internet use, and they want to drag it back even further. You know, it's so sad. It's so sad. Oh, but I did hear some potential good news. I don't know if this is true or not, but I have heard from an unreliable source that a group of hackers and coders and people of the kind are creating a, quote, internet alternative by the people for the people.
I really hope that's true.
I do too. Even if net neutrality is stuck.
So badly.
Even if net neutrality is stuck, I think I would want that. That because
I think you can experience two internets.
Yeah, I suppose so. I think I would.
There's a lot of
internet.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a lot of open source things coming out now. You know, you got the open source operating systems, and now you also have potentially open source internet.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they're going to make the source code available, but just having that idea where it's like you can kind of do what you want without there being like a license kind of thing. Like a lot of things are actually licensed to you when they're made by bigger companies.
Yeah.
Like you don't actually like own anything really when it comes to software, barely.
Yeah, not really. I mean, just buy any game. They still say you still don't own it. Right there in the opening part of it. All we can really hope.
Internet.
The hope is that the vote doesn't go through. So, if the vote goes through, Troy's not going to be able to watch a lot of the porn that he watches. Right, Troy?
Sorry, Troy.
I think he's absent-minded today. Wait,
you laugh, but it's a serious issue.
He's absent-minded every day. I don't know.
But he's especially absent-minded today.
Yeah. Anyway, so you guys know that I have to bring it up because I'm that kind of person. This past Monday was the Transgender Day of Remembrance.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which is an important thing for the trans community.
Is it only an America thing?
I have no idea. It should be a global thing. I
don't know. I didn't hear about it, so
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, if I don't hear about it, it's probably just an America thing.
Yeah. But it is an important day for the transgender community because it's a day that remembers the transgender individuals who were killed as a result of who they are, which is a high number in the United States. It happens far too often, and they hold this day in the hopes that hopefully soon it'll stop.
I believe someday it will. To be honest, I do.
I do. I know. I'm pretty sure it will stop someday. I just wish it was tomorrow. That's all.
That would be nice.
To me, it all goes in cycles. It's, like the circle of politics. So what ends up happening is that eventually one side of the whole political spectrum rises to power. Then the other one feels like they're all oppressed and stuff, and then they fight. And then they get to be the big guns, and then the other side feels like they're all oppressed and stuff. And history repeats itself over and over again. The right wing, left wing pendulum. I've seen it happen. I think you guys are actually. I know you might disagree with me, but I think you guys are making a big shift now to where you guys are going on top of getting more of the power. And then eventually the other side is going to be all like really mad and stuff, and then they're going to cross over, and then the right wing gets to be big dog.
The difference between I hate this whole us versus them mentality, especially since this country is way more divided than it ever has been.
Well, yeah, of course. The polarization's like ridiculous. I don't like it either, but I'm just saying that's kind of a fact of life. It's happened in the past. It'll probably happen again.
It's just it's like, for me, it's the same thing for when it comes to Christians versus atheists. Like, as far as I know, atheists don't kill Christians because they're Christians, and when that does happen on occasion to atheists, right? I'm not saying it's all the time. It's definitely not all Christians, but it does happen. It's the same thing with this whole us versus them mentality in terms of politics. Like, transgender people have no reason to want to prosecute anybody. Okay. We don't want to prosecute anybody. We don't want to kill anybody. We don't want to imprison anybody because they want to use a restroom. Okay, so they can think that they're being prosecuted all they want, but all we're doing is trying to be equal. That's it. That's all we want. Right? So they say, oh, they're going to come on us and throw us in prison for our shit. It's like, stop, don't break the law and you're okay. Stop hoarding money, Mr. Trump, and you're okay.
See, but the thing is, again, I don't turn to such a big argument because you're pretty cool and everything, but the thing is, I feel is that it's not going to be those issues that are going to cause the discrimination for the other side. It's going to be other things. It's going to be, like certain things done, in the name of like intolerance and stuff like that. That's what's going to be the kicker.
Yeah.
So therefore, there are going to be, new crimes, I guess, made up, that weren't there previously, and then those are going to be used to kind of eliminate like the opposition until the opposition rises up again and crushes you guys back down, and then again it goes in cycles. That's why I'm a centrist. Like, I see where going on one side leads you. It's not It's kind of stupid.
I agree with cycles. I just don't think they're complete cycles. If you get my gist, it's more like a spiral.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't see it that. Maybe I don't see it that way. Like, I feel like right now we're entering the paradigm shift right now, and maybe in a few 20 years or so, it's gonna go back the other way, and then again.
Maybe
I'm just noticing. Maybe I'm looking too much into things as far as like how businesses and companies and online and per celebrities and that have been acting. But I don't know. I don't think so.
We'll have to see. Anyway, I'll be right back. You guys talk amongst yourselves about whatever the fuck you want. I'll be like 30 seconds.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we can all talk crap about it.
That has something to do with transgender, so I'll wait until he gets back to tell it.
Oh.
Because he's gonna want to hear this.
Oh, okay. I feel kind of silly looking at the back of my phone.
Oh, you are wearing shades.
Yeah.
Troy, where are you?
I really think Troy's either having a bad connection or he's not at his device right now. Oh, yeah, he's not present.
Here.
Troy's
Not
never here. He's only here in spirit, I think, today.
Yeah, just the spirits here. Maybe, who knows, like maybe he died like a long time ago. And we're just talking to his ghost now.
No, he died and came back again, as says the Troy religion.
Right! I forgot about that, yeah. See, I'm not good at the Troy theology.
He was resurrected by my defiling his necrophiliac body.
So does that kind of make you a prophet?
Well, yeah, duh. I'm the first prophet of Troy.
All right.
We're going to need you to make it the first hymn. It better not suck like your regular music.
Hey, my music from 2012 and 13 is no longer representative of me.
It should always be representative of you.
How can you if you change in like 7 years?
Yeah, well, so the Beatles made very different music throughout their careers. It all still represented them.
Yeah, but
they were on meth.
That's not my career. Right,
The
okay.
Beatles didn't do meth, Troy. They did LSD and shrooms and pot.
Wow.
Like you and I. You think this cat came
Anyways.
out of nowhere? No, I imagined him up on LSD. All right.
So,
go ahead.
Are you back, or do you have to go?
I'm good. Go ahead.
AJ had something to say.
Yeah, I wanted everybody to be here to hear this story. It has something to do with transgenders.
What was that?
I said story time with AJ.
Story time with AJ. I think that might have to be a segment on the new show.
Oh, no.
I have so many stories.
Starting today. Go ahead, AJ. What do you got?
Okay. So one day I'm on Google Plus, which I don't really go on that much anymore.
Oh, man. We already know where this is going.
Say no more. I think we already said, well, that's just another day in the life of... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. Suddenly, in my feed, there was a furry art of anti-trans propaganda.
What?
Yes, and
is that
the
even
person
possible?
I don't know. It was just a art of a furry character holding up a sign saying "You're mentally ill, trans."
Oh my!
Yes,
Can you act like it's not possible?
Them.
Are you stereotyping all furries as being welcoming of trans people?
Exactly. The fandom itself is very open to LGBT, except for this person, apparently.
I thought it went hand in hand.
I went up to them.
Well, I know that's the thing. I was saying, Pin, are you denying that other people can be like that? Not everybody is representative of every single person is a furry?
Well, see, I don't...
that doesn't surprise me. Takes many to form a fandom.
I'm not really a furry. I mean, I enjoy the artwork every once in a while, but like, I'm not real big in a furry fandom kind of way,
Right. Well, see, shoot, I enjoy the artwork, and that's what I'd say.
That's more AJ's alley, I think.
Okay.
It gets better.
Oh, shut up.
Go ahead.
In the description, they said along the lines of are mentally ill and should get surgeries or something to cure themselves.
Oh, that already happens.
Wow.
It's called transformation.
Yeah, they do get.
That already happens.
Yeah, it's they
You
get
didn't
chopped
say
off,
anything
get a push.
factually wrong there.
I
So-
went up to them and just told them, please go away. Like, this community is not for you if you think people are mentally ill for wanting to be something that they feel more comfortable with. And they're like,
I know
make
what
a point against me. Tell me why transgenders are mentally ill. And I'm like,
you mean why they aren't?
yeah, why aren't they mentally ill?
And
I'm
you said
like,
why they are. So I was just correcting you.
I linked them to one of my friends who is transgender. I'm like, hey, you can talk to this person. They can explain it better than I could. And they're like, no way. Ew, I don't want to talk to them.
See, that's just classic. They don't even want to talk to the other side to understand the other side. They just want to demonize
Exactly.
them.
I even pointed that out. And they're like, you're not making a point here.
Well, though, to be fair, at least I can say that chances are it's not good to ask somebody, who, might be mentally ill if they're mentally ill, because usually delusional people don't think they're delusional. Just saying, that's not a good argument if you're going to talk about, who's mentally ill and who's not. I just see it as weak. I know, I just had to point that out. I could just say something about it, but
no, they don't want to understand the other side. It's just sad.
yeah,
They just don't understand something, and they have this fear about it for whatever reason.
maybe see what doctors say about it, or psychologists. That would be a good thing.
As far as I know, and I could be wrong here, as far as I know, the psychological part of it is split. Some say that it is a mental disorder, some say that it's not. And I see the arguments from both sides. And speaking as one of these people, I can understand why it could be a mental illness because of the way it affects you, affects your brain. But I don't think it's a debilitating one, and I don't think it's a bad one either.
I feel like it depends on the person, honestly. And again, this is coming from an outsider's perspective, but somebody who kind of relates as well, because I told Pin about something. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like there's some people where it does honestly feel like, they've been, I guess, born in the wrong body. But then there's others where it's almost like they develop almost like this sort of wanting to be somebody that they're not kind of thing. And then they kind of get fixated on it, and then they change. It's like there's two different types of people when it comes to this whole trans issue.
That's true.
Like they have two different mindsets to it, and you can tell the different mindsets by how they act when they are transitioning or when they fully have and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. And it is going to affect you in some way. I mean, it is a hard thing to have to deal with, right? And even if it is a mental disability of any kind, why is that necessarily a bad thing? I mean, autism is considered a mental disability, but I mean, people live fine with it. It empowers a lot of people.
Yeah, it honestly depends. Again, it depends on the person, and it depends on what their interests and stuff are. Because I'll say, as somebody who has those kind of traits in that, it doesn't make you very good, like a social communicator, really. Yeah. So that actually is kind of a point against you. And if you like friends and stuff, and you value your social intelligence, and it's something you don't want. So it honestly depends on what your issue is. If you're somebody who's a loner anyways and doesn't really like to be around people, and you like to be very good at like one specific thing, because a lot of people have these autistic traits, they can focus on some things a lot of people wouldn't have the patience for. Like that kind of thing, developing a skill set about something and basically becoming almost a quote unquote savant around that kind of thing. That's what autism is good for, I've noticed. But and other issues where it's not, and it actually is a detriment.
Yeah, and despite everything that I just said, I still don't think that it is a mental disability of any kind. I think that it is a natural thing. I don't think it is a mental disability.
Kitty!
Kitty! Oh my god, that kitty looks like it's gay.
It's a gay cat. I'm sorry.
I'm sure it is. I believe that it is. All right, but speaking of horrible people on the internet, I got a story too. This happened just 2 days ago. 2 days
Hey,
ago.
it's story time with AJ, not story time with Pin. What are you doing?
Woo, story time with Pin. I still think we're gonna have a segment called Story Time with AJ. And this has prompted, this story right here has prompted me to maybe start a YouTube series where I look at things on Facebook and talk about them, right? Like one of those compilation videos, but with religious stuff. Because I follow like 11, 12, 13 pages on Facebook all about
Facebook
religion.
fanatics.
Well, I use it mostly for religious discussion, right? And I talk to a lot of religious people. I talk to a lot of atheists. I talk to a lot of people, right? And on this particular post, I don't remember exactly what the post said, but it had something to do with whether or not we go somewhere after we die, something like that. And my response was something to the effect of,
"Yeah, we go somewhere. It's called the grave."
Oh yeah, and well, you know.
Well, okay, sorry, that was a bad one.
You know what I mean.
I understand, you know, the afterlife and heaven, hell. Well, that depends what you believe.
And
I was just making a joke. The grave.
Yeah, there's two parts to this person's question. I don't remember what they were, and my response was something to the effect of neither parts of that question matter. Right. So a couple people started asking me about why it doesn't matter and stuff like that. I said, coming from an absurdist point of view, not only do I think that we have any higher purpose. Oh, the question did say something about higher purpose too. I said, not only do I think that we have a higher purpose or anywhere to go after we die, I don't think that we need one. And the idea that we do need one is absurd, and hence the name absurdist.
See, like I think that we do have a higher purpose, but I don't think we actually need it. I mean,
I don't think
after all, I'm really good at making my own purpose.
Well, yeah,
you know?
that's the whole thing. The best purpose you can have is the one you set for yourself. That's what I think.
Right. And it's like, I know it might not be fulfilling the higher goal of why I was created and stuff. It's like, well, I like this purpose better.
But I got a couple of people who didn't like what I was saying, and you know what they do? They go on the attack and shit like this. But this one guy went way too far. Okay, and even now it still doesn't really bother me. It just was really annoying. And he was trying to give me a higher purpose for science. Like, what is the highest purpose for science? And I said, I don't think that there is one. And he said, well, I think the highest purpose for science and studying the universe is survival. And I said, I would disagree. There's other reasons to study the universe. You know, intense interest is probably the greater driving factor. And
debunking videos on the internet. That's another one.
That's one. Trying to prove that the Earth is flat. That's a good one. But no, he tried a couple more comments. He tried again and again, and every time I just rejected him. I said, well, I don't agree with you for this reason. And he started just going on the attack. He's like, you really are mentally disturbed. You have some mental problems that you need to deal with. You look at you getting angry, look at you getting emotional, and he just would not stop. And I told him over and over again that the conversation is over. Then he goes in looks into my Facebook, which is okay, and starts posting shit that I had posted. Which does not bother me at all, because most of the shit that I post is, you know, news stories and articles and stuff like that about all kinds of things ranging from religion to politics, transgender issues, LGBT issues, etc., etc. And I said, keep posting those. Please keep posting those. All you're doing is helping me get the word out. And he just got even more angry about it. And so he goes into my Facebook, finds about my trans status, and tries to use that as a weapon against me, as if that fucking bothers me.
Wow. What's this guy's problem? Is like he's really really hooked on this. You must have said something that like really set him off. Like
I have no idea.
That doesn't seem normal.
He doesn't like
just chill. Like go some ice cream or something. I don't know.
He really did not like being wrong, and so he was entering the realm of bullying, right? That's pretty much what that is. Calling me mentally disabled, saying stuff like I'm emotional because I'm mentally disabled. I can't understand a coherent sentence and stuff like that. And so I kept telling him that the conversation is over. I'm trying to converse with this new person who was asking me questions, and I was asking them questions, stuff like that, and that he needs to stop. Conversation's over. I'm done with him. He didn't want to stop. He would tell me things like, "Oh, why don't you block me?" I said, "Because I don't want to. I'm not petty like that. I'm hoping that you can grow up enough to stop." And he didn't want to. So
I like that.
after like 24 messages, or not messages, comments from this guy, I decided to give the bully a taste of his own medicine, which he deserved, right? So I went to his Facebook, and I started commenting in the same thread, shit that he had said or posted, stuff like that. I asked him about his friends.
Terrible.
I asked him about his friends. I asked, like, he had this one friend, Kathy. I said, "How's Kathy? I bet she would help with my loneliness," and stuff like that, just to piss him off, just to get under his fucking skin. And it was fucking working. Oh god, it was working so well. I even went as far as to personally message him, sent him all kinds of Jesus. I sent him a picture of Jesus praying, but behind him, very vividly, Satan had Jesus's robe pulled up, and Satan was licking his asshole. Both of them with boners. That was good. And so I'm sending him all this shit. He was asked a question in one of his posts, like, how would you rate your body? And he said a 5. I'm pretty good looking for a fat guy. So I used that against him. Yeah, I did everything I could. So he eventually blocked me, finally, which is what I was trying to get him to do.
He can block you with his body fat.
I don't know. It must have been hard to reach that block button. It must have taken him a while.
I can't quite.
Hold on, I'm getting it. So the next day he unblocked me.
Troy helped him.
He unblocks me the next day and had taken screenshots of some of the shit I said in the thread, and then edited them so it's just what I said, claiming that I had sent them to his friends and that he was going to use them as evidence, right? Against me for like shit like that. Like I had contacted his friends.
Wow.
So I went back and took screenshots of the entire conversation, just in case. And I took screenshots of our entire conversation privately, and just in case. And at this time, I had found out that he actually had messaged to Miranda.
Wow.
About how disturbed I am and stuff like that. How he fears for her safety because I must beat her and shit like that, right? So I took screenshots of that just in case.
You do, though.
Well, yeah, I do, but with my cock. Okay with it. So he started trying to threaten me with harassment using evidence that he does not have, right? And so
he probably expected you to pull the harassment card first.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to, right? So I'm telling him, I said, dude, you know what? I've got the evidence you don't have, all right? I did not contact your friends, and you cannot prove that. I have screenshots of the entire conversation, not just what I said here and there. Okay, I've got screenshots of you actually messaging Miranda. Okay, I've got everything that you do not have. All right, so you can try it if you want, but it ain't gonna work. Now, if you don't mind, go away, leave me alone. And he goes, "Well, block me." I said, "I don't want to. Conversation's over. Do not reply." And every time he replied, all I said was, "Do not reply. Do not reply." And so finally he says, I filled out an IC3. If you don't know what an IC3 is an organization that works with local and federal governments to investigate internet crime.
Wow.
And I do not believe him. I don't believe him at all. So I pulled the same card. I waited 10, 20 minutes before I replied again. I said, there. I made one too. Do not reply. And he didn't. So,
wow.
So if ever you're in a religious discussion group with a guy named Will Spike on Facebook, you might want to let that one lie.
You know, there's many Will Spikes, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not gonna. That's like saying if you're ever in a conversation with somebody named John Smith, don't bother. It's like, wow, okay.
Yeah, he's got a picture of his profile picture is of Will Smith, which leads me to believe that his name is not a real name either. So, whatever. But yeah, that's my story time.
Yay.
That was way better than my story.
Yours was good too because yours legitimately shocked me.
Really?
Yeah, because I always thought that the first
Oh, my stories whenever I get
BT community went hand in hand, right? That's what I always thought. I mean, go and look up furry porn on the internet. You're gonna find a shit ton of gay shit, right?
cool. Because my story on these kind of things on Facebook, and that's usually I'll post a few replies and stuff, and then it's like, why am I even bothering? And let's go outside or something. And then I just kind of leave it.
Yeah,
I was like, I can't be bothered to take it to like that extreme. It's like I have better things to be doing.
I have a reputation on one of the sites that I go on for ending conversations. And like I kind of starting to get here because I end conversations when they run out of points.
Oh yeah.
I do a similar thing there. I said, okay, you just asked this question 4 times. I'm done. Kind of stuff, right? You know, and I'm not nice. Well, I'm nicer there than I am here because I don't want to get blocked from those sites. But
Right.
I'm still fairly relentless. If you can't answer a question, you're probably wrong. If you don't know what you're talking about, you're probably wrong. Shit like
Join
that.
me on the Bible thumping wingnut channel sometime.
Oh, I
You'll
don't
have
know if
fun.
I want to do that. I don't
Yeah,
know if I
but
that.
come on. It's way better than half the other people. You're just picking like people that no one even cares about. Like how relevant has All for His Glory alone been? Like very irrelevant.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
You get a big
like,
audience with Bible thumping wingnut people. Trust me.
the thing is, I don't want to go into a room. If I go into a room, it will not be an echo chamber. If it's an echo chamber, I'll leave. And B, I don't want to be overtalked.
Mm.
You know, if it's not a real conversation, that I don't want to be a part of it. And that happens too much on Google Plus. That's why I find solace in Facebook, because there nobody can overtalk each other.
You know, you could do things like live chat, side chat stuff. Then they can't overtalk you. Trust me, a live chat of those things are very active.
I'm sure. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe I'll join you one day, but I don't know.
Okay. I tried.
Right. Oh, and I want to bring this up since we're talking about the Google Plus community. I know he's not watching this, but if anybody could get the word out, I cannot rap for shit, but I could kick Gary's ass at a rapping battle. I am challenging Gary to a rap battle. Let's fucking
Oh, you know, really, I don't. He's not even watching this. He probably doesn't even care.
set it to who the fuck ever. I will kick his ass, and I can't rap for shit. I'm white. That should tell you something.
I have an idea of how Gary will rap.
Yeah,
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm Gary. I love Jesus. My favorite food is cheeses, and I love to squeeze
No,
us
no,
vitamins.
that was more clever than what Gary comes up with. Sorry,
yeah. And
G-Man
the
comes up
one
with. That was more clever.
I watched a 1 minute
That
video
was way
that he
more
put up.
clever than what he comes up with. I'd actually say I wouldn't say that's excellent, but that's actually good. That's better than what G-Man comes up with. So.
Yeah, the video I watched earlier this week was 1 minute long, and he called the guy fat like 6 times. Okay, great. Move on to something else, dude. You know, if I were making a rap about Gary, I would probably talk about how, you know, he finds Jesus as his father because his real father walked out, and he needs that kind of fatherly support.
Oh, dude, I actually wrote a diss track against him, but I didn't finish it. I was going to record it as Keefe's, but I didn't. I couldn't. I got stuck on like 4 lines, and then I just kind of put it off. I don't know. I might bring it up. I might actually use it one day. But it's actually pretty good.
I would probably talk about him stealing the lockbox, the fact that he supports slavery, the fact that he doesn't understand what an atheist is. I'd probably bring up the time that he blew out what's her name's eardrum with the blowhorn.
I'd
probably bring all that good shit up.
I wonder if I can. Hang on. I wonder if I can find it. I think I might still have it on my computer, but maybe I deleted it.
I would probably say something about how Veckles got his dick so down his throat and that Gary's got Bible thumping wingnut sticks so far down his throat, and that they're just like a dick sucking chain.
The thing is, you gotta find a way to turn it into rhymes, though.
Well, yeah, I can do that. That's the writing's easy. The rhythm's the hard part.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are good at writing when they first start, but the rhythm is something that is hard to put down. Yeah.
I mean, oh, what now?
Nothing. I just this him rapping.
Who, Gary?
Yeah, it's just so fucking pathetic.
It really is.
It sounds like Aaron. He's worse than Aaron. Fuck, what's his name? Aaron Carter. He's worse than him, and that's pretty bad.
That is pretty bad. It is. It's sad, and he thinks he's a rap god, and he's really not.
He's the Hebrew god. The fuck are those? Fucking Gary Busey, you fucking faggot.
Oh, and you know how he always wears this Jesus is Lord hat every time he starts a show? Or
Yeah.
he wears that all the time. If I were to do a diss video on him, I would, and if I could have a camera, I would make a hat that says Gary's a fucking moron. The same thing. Like hold my head down so the camera stares at the hat for 30 seconds.
Yes, I was just going to say, yeah, you just like parody his style.
Oh yeah. Even yell. Like you see, these Christians, they don't know what they're talking about. They think they know everything. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. No. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish, Trill. I'm gonna let you finish. I really am. But you gotta listen to what I'm gonna say first, because I'm always gonna overtalk you. And even though I say I'm gonna let you finish, I'm not gonna let you finish. Okay? You're not gonna finish. No, you're not gonna.
Whoa. He says whoa quite a bit.
Whoa.
Yeah, like he's.
What? He says that a lot too. What?
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Little John.
What? I think you're a troll now. I'm just gonna let you go.
Huh. He thinks anybody's a troll.
Back on my other account, he used to call me Keeves.
Hey, Keeves.
And he used to call me Max all the time.
Maxie fan.
Yes. No, he used to call me Max, like Max Pin. Here's a problem.
It's like there's not even a fucking A in there, you jack fucking ass. Jesus.
You jack fucking ass.
30 years old, he's barely got a 6th grade education.
Okay, I'm remembering a G-Man story right now. So originally, at the time when he did the whole, so there's one time where he didn't want to come back to my room or whatnot. He thought like, Keefe's, the character I was playing, whatever, is like a heretic or something. Or at one time when I was mean to, well, yeah, I am now, definitely. I don't even consider myself Christian. But anyways, so as far as the whole G-Man thing goes, he didn't want anything to do with Keefe's or something. Something happened. I can't remember exactly what it is, but something with Keefe's pissed him off or whatnot. He's like, and then all of a sudden he accepts an interview with me, but that was using my other account, and he didn't know that was also me. I had multiple accounts because I had like multiple different operations setting up, because Google Plus was basically my playground back then. So I had like Keefe's, and then he's like, ends up doing an interview with VC Magnet. It's like, oh, cool! So now you get to talk to me twice. But I just kind of kept my calm.
I'm tempted to try and get him into a room on YouTube to talk, right? And then every single time he opens his mouth, mute him. Just every single time. No matter what he says, just mute the fuck out of him.
Those accounts are gone now, and when he found out I was Keefe's, that's why he blocked me, because he thinks I'm like a troll.
Basically, everyone's a troll.
Yeah. So I guess
am a troll under the bridge.
Yeah, so he might be mad because he actually was still mad. Oh, I remember, because when that Keefe's thing happened, when I originally got upset with him, and then called him the N-word, but I called him like the good N-word. I said niggum, but whatever. I called him that, and he thought he was being racist and stuff. And then he doesn't want anything to do with Keefe's. And then after not talking to Keefe's, he basically did that interview thing with VC Magnus. And then eventually, I come on here as like my actual self, and then I want to have a debate with him. And then when he's actually listening to my voice, he's like, "Hang on, like you sound familiar." As we're having our debate, and then at the very end, he like pretty much exploded on me and basically is like, "Oh, you're Keefe's, you're a troll, I'm not blocking you." And because the thing is, he also was friends with me because he wanted to use my instrumentals for his rap songs because I also make the beat. I don't just take something from online. And it's like, "I'm not using your beat." It's like all this stuff, and then so now he's blocked me because of the other thing, because he thought he was honestly talking to like another person. So he was mad at Keefe because he thought Keefe was racist, and then he'd agreed to have a debate with Thaddeus, and then yeah. But I don't do that anymore. But whatever.
Liar.
Still funny.
Oh, you can look them up. Those accounts are gone. I deleted them.
Liar.
Shouldn't
I
have.
plead the fifth on those.
Oh wow. So yeah, I don't know if G-Man's ever gonna block me after all the crap I've pulled with him. But yeah.
Oh, he'll listen to me, cause he fucking hates me.
Troy, do we have to
The
listen
fucking.
to you?
No, he has already.
You know what? Well,
Troy, because Troy called him like a monkey or something.
Oh yeah.
yeah, you fucking
He is a monkey though. Troy, you've gone all robot-y.
Mm.
Robot-y like your Transformer dildo.
Alright. I don't know. I'm fucking high.
I believe it. Well, that being aside, Trill. Why is everybody silent?
Peace.
Troy, you are all robot-y, dude.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my audio's messing up. Go ahead.
Oh, do you have any finishing stories for us before we move on to the last segment?
Yeah, I did, but we're not gonna have enough time, so just go ahead.
Whatever, do it. What is it?
Yeah, I was just gonna say because for our entertainment section, I was gonna mention that I went to go see I think I already told you this. I went to go see Justice League recently. Now there's a whole bunch of backlash because a lot of people think it's like bad.
Well, yeah, I told you.
But I don't know, I thought it was good. But there's go on to the debate tower. Come on.
All right. Well, we're going to move on to the debate.org thing in 1 second. Okay. All right. The question from debate.org was posted by Ladies Man. Yeah, right. And the question is vengeance justified from a moral standpoint? And he's got a picture of the Punisher from which I don't know if you've seen that on Netflix yet. It's excellent. But yeah, is vengeance justified from a moral standpoint? There's yes, no, and gray area. Which one do you guys think got the most votes?
Vengeance is the Lord's. Sorry.
No, it's pretty close though. There's 46 votes for no and 41 votes for yes. And
to say that. Maybe they're right.
I would have to say gray area as well.
Oh, okay.
AJ.
I think that's moral.
I think it really depends on the situation and shit. I really think it depends on what happened, what the situation is. Is there any real way to get back at him without doing any sort of vengeance? Like in Punisher, he goes on a killing spree to kill the people that were involved in killing his family, because they're all really powerful people and are going to be able to get away with it without any sort of punishment whatsoever. I would have to say gray area.
Well, gray area it is then.
For me. Yeah. You too?
Me as well.
And I would ask Troy, nobody cares what he thinks.
You don't want to know my opinion. You don't want to know Troy's opinion either.
I don't like you. You're all the dicks.
Let's see. Chat say anything about no, chat's not saying anything about it. But
Chat anything?
Well, yeah, we got Irenic saying he should, no doubt. I don't know what that's in reference to.
Yeah, that was way too long ago.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it a few minutes ago, and I'm like, what is he even talking about? Irenic, if you're still watching, if you have any clarification, let me know. But yeah, if people are watching this back and you want to leave a comment talking about the debate.org question this week, go ahead and do that, and I'll try to respond to whatever you say, maybe. And then, of course, talk about whatever we talk about here. Like AJ's new coat there. Superfly.
She's Santa Claus.
She's Mrs. Claus.
Oh, well, there's no goddamn difference.
You're right. Mrs. Claus is Santa Claus. That's what it is there. An elf walked in at once and went, "What the fuck is going on here?" Ho, ho, ho. Elf. No.
I didn't know you could be two different genders at the same time.
Oh, little elf, you're about the size of a fleshlight. Come here. No, please don't.
Are you being Troy for Troy?
Yes. I have to.
Come on, let Troy be Troy. Just cringe than you did it.
But in all seriousness,
giggity.
I am jealous. I want that jacket. But I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the show here, guys. Chat again. Oh, G-Man should block Trill. That's what Irenic was meaning. You're a little late to the party there, Irenic. G-Man already has Trill blocked.
Yeah. That happened.
G-Man should unblock everybody so we can all just lay into him like he deserves, but that's beside the point. I'm going to go ahead and leave the show here. Again, leave us comments about any suggestions you guys might have for when we revamp the show, make it look better, sound better, etc., etc. Talk about the show, whatever. We are still... What?
Hopefully we'll do the more fancy schmancy thing soon where we're not just using Hangouts. Come on, dude.
And if you did like the show, give the like button a tickle. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new and share around with your friends. We are still one person away from 30 subscribers. Make that happen. If you are the 30th person subscribed, I will give you a paperclip. But the trick is I have to figure out where you live all on my own so I can mail it to you, which will never happen. Yeah. But in the meantime, I want to thank you all for watching. Oh, Thaddeus Trill, look up Young Trillion on YouTube and Google+, find his music. AJ James, artist on Google+, amazing artwork, I love it. Troy.
Maybe you shouldn't find music until I have something more recent on my account.
Well, then put something recent. And of course, I'm Pin Valentine. Look, subscribe to me here or go to my Minecraft channel, just plain Pin Valentine without the MX. I do Minecraft videos, hopefully more than that in the future, and hopefully AJ will be joining me in those soon. And but I want to thank you all for watching. I only half love you because you're all adopted. See you guys next week.
Yeah.